A very good morning to all of you. I, Dr. Akhi Gun, Assistant Professor, School of Education, Adamas University, with my co-moderator, Mr. Rajat Shubro Haldar, Assistant Professor, School of Education, Adamas University. Welcome you all in the third day of Faculty Development Program on Research Methodology and Data Analysis. Today's topic is literature review and plagiarism removal. As a researcher, we know that those are very important topics. On behalf of School of Education, Adamas University, I heartily welcome our eminent resource person, Professor Dr. Paresh Shah. And before commencement of the session, let me give you a brief introduction about him. Professor Dr. Paresh Shah, PhD, FCMA, and he is also the alumnus of IIM Ahmedabad. And presently, he is the principal and professor of Rai School of Management Studies, Rai University, Ahmedabad, India. He holds industrial experience of nearly 15 years and postdoctorate experience of more than 28 years. He is an industry academia and a freelance visiting professor at several reputed institutions. Mainly, his area of interest is teaching, research, and writing in finance, accounts, and control area. He is also corporate trainer, resource for the faculty development programs and workshops across India. And also we know that he is honorary member of American Psychological Association, USA, and Research Circle, Malaysia. He has published many research papers in peer-reviewed journals in international and national level. He has also authored 22 books, and he is the editorial board member of 10 international journals and 12 national journals. Presently, 6 research scholars are pursuing doctorate study under him, and also, Dr. Shah is recipient of 19 awards at national and international level. So, from School of Education, Adamas University, I request you all to join me in welcoming Dr. Paresh Shah today. We are all very grateful to you, sir, for taking time out your busy schedule for us and enlighten us on this topic, which is of utmost importance, especially in such glooming times around us. Over to you, sir. Now the Zoom platform is yours. Please, sir.
Thank you. Good morning to every one of you. Thank you very much to the Adamas University and Paro School of Education and University of the Philippines to invite me in this international seminar to do it. The very important thing is that whenever as a researcher we are talking about it, it's basically coming under 2 perceptions. Number 1, I'm just taking a minute for that.
Okay, sir, no problem.
1 minute. I'm just for. Okay. I may acknowledge my PPTs and he started, okay? Yes, good morning to every one of you. And I think that the PPTs have been viewable to you. And I am audible, madam?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Audible
But,
and
please,
the
share your screen, sir.
Okay,
share your screen.
I have to share my screen, okay.
Yes, yes.
This is the literature review I am saying, okay. I think now the PPTs are being viewable.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. See, friends, before I started, the very important thing is that the understanding of the literature review, or which is specifically indicating that what should be the reading level of the person involved in the academy. I think
participants, please be on mute. Yes,
and
participant.
And that Yuvraj Rathod also. Yuvraj Singh Rathod also being he had not muted it, so he has to mute it. Okay. Hence, the very important thing is that the literature review, what we as an academician is saying, academicians are of 3 types. Number 1, academicians who are coming under compulsion. Number 2, academicians who are coming by choice. And number 3, the person become academician by passion. The very important thing is that the difference is very clearly should be understood, that when we say the academician by choice under the compulsion, it means that they are not getting the job anywhere, so they are being adopted to the academy as a pair. When we say the academicians by choice, Means they are only interested in opening the book classroom and to discuss about it. No further willingness to study. When we say the academicians by passion, means the person is going to be interested in the teaching, research, and writing. The literature review and plagiarism removal is basically coming under the third category of the academicians, who may be in the pre-doctorate level, doctorate level, or the postdoctorate level. But it directly indicates that you should go on continuously understanding what are the literature reviews are there. So normally I suggesting to the young generation that whenever you are getting any research journal, don't go on the articles which is of interest to you. First interest to you. You should look to the articles. Those may be of different functional area. So what happened? You are capable enough to establish the link between the unknown to the known thing. That's a very important thing. So here we can say the literature review is basically the text of our scholarly papers. So whenever it's a scholarly paper and the current knowledge, including the substantial findings, are going to be quite important. So when we say the current knowledge with our extensive, including substantial finding, it means that it indicates the content you are going to study. So the content analysis is the one of the primary parameters of the academician to do as a literature review. It means that you should study the material from the keywords. Like if I am being a finance and account side, but whenever I refer to any research journal, and as finance and accounts is coming under the economics, if in the keyword some words are given of the macroeconomics or microeconomics, I am going to do it. Madam, I'm not going to be take the slide as it is. I'm going to be discuss that practically how I am doing it. Is it okay? Dr. Gun? Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because I don't want to be go to the theoretical way. I like to say that how I am doing it.
Okay, sir.
So once I go through the keywords of the articles, I understand that there is just some of the words of the macroeconomics or microeconomics is going to be effect on my parameters. So I read it. How I start my reading in literature review? I go by keywords, abstract, and conclusion. And if I found that, so it is a methodological contribution I am doing to topic. And then if I found that it is a persistently important for me, I can go on a detailed study. So always be remember that literature review is a secondary source, and you are not reporting the original experimental work. So literature review, I already said, is going to be research journal, academic journal, like every institute, say Institute of Engineers, Institute of Chartered Accountant, Institute of Medical Science, they are publishing their journal. Those may not be 100% research journal, but they are being trying to be safe. That how something have been happened and how the primary hinge center in the country have been managed, everything they are doing by academic journal. Always make a difference between the two, academic journal and book review. Book review, it means that whatever the author have wrote it, we are trying to be put it in a piece of paper. So literature review is a very important in everything. Now here we can say before the general guidelines. After the general guidelines, I'm giving you 5-10 points that particular type of the faculty, how you should do it. pick out the research most relevant to the topic you are studying. It's a very important. Today, if something is happened, then I'm being interested, or I should work as a finance person, that if the Reserve Bank of India is going to be introduced the official digital currency, what may be the impact on the commercial volume? What may be the validation of the transaction? So that is known as the relevant topic. Second thing, whatever the research you do, you may have started with a 5 research problem. You may have successfully completed the 2 research problem. So based on those research problems, you have framed the hypothesis, data have been connected, statistical tests are done, and conclusion is done. Another 3, you are somewhere getting the time is involved. Then my suggestion is always that whatever the part of the work you did, you publish it. Because we are not knowing that when we complete the full paper, number 1. Number 2, when the full paper is completed, does the journal publisher is willing to publish the full paper? Because they have the limitations of the word, like a 4,000, 5,000 words or so. So we have to be very clear about it. So whatever the literature review is being done, it is known as the evidence you are taking. So there is a card should be maintained in our time. We used to maintain the card in our pocket, and we write down from the library which book number, which page number, we pick up the point. You have today the facilities being available of the Microsoft Notes and everything. You can create your bibliography and the information based on that. So your research question is important. Second thing very important, the last 2 decades study is only important. Because in the 21st century, there is a major changes happen in the globe at night. So today there is no sense to be taught what is happened in the 1807 or something by the Akbar also. Okay? Wherever relevant, you can take the reference of that, but your literature review should not be more on that. Now, when I say my literature review, so it is basically the content analysis is should be done by us. So there is no specific rules and regulations for the literature review. It is unstructured review, which is being done by the individual person based on his own follow-up. In general, it is unstructured. Now, yes, any question, please? Dr. Gun, any question? Sri Ram Chand Mania is continuing. Request him to. Madam, request on participants to mute their mouth.
Hello, participants.
Hello,
participants.
Please, no.
Hello, participants. Please be on mute. Please be on mute.
Mr. Hazard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here, sir. Yes, sir. Hello, participants. Please. Hello.
Mr. Hazard.
Hello, participants. Hello, participants. Please be on mute. Hello, participants. Please be on mute.
Mr. Hazard, my suggestion is that you unmute everyone except me and yourself.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
That is under your
Yes.
control. Otherwise, I am getting
Okay.
the disturbance, some points are missed out. We have the time.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Participants should be very serious one, like a C. Ravi Chandmana, MI May, they are continuously not unmuting themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you participants should be serious about it. Okay. I say that for the literature review as a whole, there is no structured thing. It is inherently unstructured. But when we come to the science faculty, science-based research, we have to follow the specific rules and regulations, like atmospheric effect and everything. In the case of humanity factor, we have to work within the framework. Our literature review should be done within the framework of specific rules and procedures. Like when we are planning to do some research for the Indian-based environment, and in those cases to talk about the unethical relationship between two genders cannot be taken as a part of the literature. It's very important for the humanity factor, for the arts faculty. The literature review is basically the iterative review. It means that whenever arts faculty paper you read or literature review you do, you have to read the same literature, same paper for 1 to 2 times. It is the exhaustive analysis of the text. And then BRGs are possible to be done in the literature review. So in the literature review, the positive and negative both factors should be taken into account. And a very important thing, your research questions should not be based on false information. Mr. Rajat, you are not in a position to make the unmute of phone participants.
Yes.
Rajat, Dr.
Okay,
Gun,
sir. Okay,
Yes,
sir.
Dr. Gun, you
Hello,
should make something sure. Or you remove such participants from the
Yes, sir.
remove the
I'm
participants from the
Yes, I'm
unmute everyone. Except yourself and myself, okay? See, I'm getting disturbed. They are having some voices are becoming, I don't know.
Yes, sir. I'm doing that.
Okay. And this is one of the very important points. Our literature review should be published by us in our thesis or research paper or any place over the period of history, starting from immediately past year to the previous year. Means if I think participants are not understanding, or they are
February or March के mid में थी
they are the teacher of the first category. I mean, they are
Dr. Shah, sir. Sir, please unmute yourself because I have muted all of them.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Madam, I am of the opinion that the own participants are of the academician of the first category of my logic, that is academician under compulsion, not by choice and passion. So they are not trying to hear.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, I have muted all.
Literature review should be adjusted in the chronological level. Nowadays, the methodology have been adopted in the 21st century that the literature review, which is of the immediately past, should be covered first, and then you go to the next one. Like first you take the 2021, then 2020, like that. Chronological. The comparison is to be done with a patient hypothesis. So, you know, the very important thing is being coming that whenever you are trying to be publish your paper or whenever you do the literature review, your literature review should cover up the keywords, the key findings, hypothesis, the statistical test used by them, and the conclusion they have drawn. So it is indicating that whether it is positive conclusion or negative conclusion, you are not going to be right. If your paper is nice, that you should give it separately. But whenever your conclusion is coming, then you are going to tally it with a previous study. It's a very important. Then your literature review is considered as an unbiased literature review. So if I am saying that Gujarati people are businessmen, Bengali people are very good in administration, and that is my belief. Now, if some research paper is coming on the contrary,
Sorry, you are in mute. Dr. Shah? Dr. Shah? Dr. Shah, you are in a mute. Sir, please unmute yourself.
okay, I have unmuted myself.
Yes,
and now
yes,
I'm
sir.
sharing my screen.
Yes, sir.
And I hope that now your people are understood and they will not waste the time of yours and mine, because learning is more important than to disturb the things.
Yes, sir. Sorry for the inconvenience, sir.
So chronological comparison is to be, I'm saying practically how to be done by the PhD students or in any international journal if you try to submit the paper. Prominent author, group the famous author or researcher and what it is known to have about the topic. Like if I am going to be talking about a digital currency, then I should take in the literature review the Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, literature review should be part of that. Because I am going to be talk about the Reserve Bank of India's specific currency. Then process flow, I should center around the part of the process, describe the stages in that particular process, and group your citation by different stages. That's a very important thing. I should group my citation by different stages or steps. It means that I can say that how I did it. So some specific literature review should follow the specific rules and regulation framed by me internally. It should not be happen that in one literature review conclusion is given first and then I give the hypothesis. In the second literature review, I'm giving the problem statement first and then conclusion and then the hypothesis. No, you should follow the specific rule. Like a problem statement, research person, hypothesis form, then text data and the conclusion. So that is a process. So literature review should be done, and as a literature review, we know that we are going to be reviewing it, and we have to publish the literature review by specific format, like American Psychological Association (APA), to whom I am the member. and we are accepting as per faculty guidance. Means I say that in the science faculty, how to do it, as faculty, what way to be done. In the case of humanity, we should be very careful about the unethical formation of the hypothesis and the solution. Decide on a topic. I say decide on a topic. It means that it's a content analysis. You should know the keywords which is going to be support your study. Identify the literature that you are going to view. Then analyze the literature, summarize the literature in table format. Or sometimes you form it according to the concept. Like if I am trying to say that IBI approved digital currency introduction, then I may make a concept map. Number one, that how the venue is going to be measured. Number two, how the ledger accounting is going to be done. Number three, what are going to be the validation parameters. Number four, what is going to be the effect of digital currency on the money supply in the economy. Because whenever there is a hard currency is there, government is capable enough to withdraw the money supply in the economy, withdraw the money supply from the economy, or go on injecting the money supply in the economy. Then digital currency, does it happen or not? These are known as the concept or the content. Then you summarize it and you write the review. Common errors we are making in the literature review is insert the running head using the insert page number of your word program. That should not be done in the literature review. Varied sentenceness helps the reader to maintain the interest and the comprehension. So, since the normal system is that the size of the sentence should be of between 7 to 15 words. Now, some sentence may be 8 words, then the next sentence may be 10 words. So that reader are being getting the interest, they are getting the adjective, adverb, I've been using that. Some people are making the single paragraph in the literature review. I normally suggest that you make minimum two paragraphs or so. In the first paragraph, you can say who is the researcher, in which journal it is being published, then what are the problem statement there, what are the hypotheses they have formed, statistical they have used. In the second sentence, you give the conclusion very clear. And one thing you should make sure that no paragraph should be too long. Normally, we suggest that the size of the paragraph is 6 to 7 lines. Do not use the emotional words that I faint, that something is being bad happen on account of COVID or so. No. You say that the society at large get disturbed by COVID-19. In the journal, in the newspaper, article, the word faint can be used, but not in the research literature. When you need something, put comma right before the last word. So it's very important. You know, otherwise number of times I've seen that the students have been making references and bibliography and making a full stop. I say no, you should make a semicolon or a comma so that it indicates that it is continued. A comprehensive literature review tends to be narrative. So that's I already explained. And cannot be one-sided. Review should follow an explicit protection to identify one type of the available evidence on the theme, not positive or negative. Rejected evidence is cataloged with the reason for its accuracy. Like doing the literature review, you are doing a hard work and you found something. Like I'm showing so many, the CPUs are there and books are there. Few literature review you come across where you found that you have to reject that literature. Somewhere you are not. Then you should specifically mention that rejected literature review. So we have to look towards the sensitivity versus precision of our literature review. Systematic review needs to be extensive, and you should establish a balance between sensitivity and the precision. When we have the high accuracy and no precision, then it is sensitive. When we have the high precision and no accuracy, it is the precision. But error on the either side can be happen. So you should try to go as far as possible to the high precision and the no accuracy. Now here the literature review done by the method of the very famous method is Picos and Sprite. I'm just taking speedily. In the Picos method, we are describing the group of problem or the problems that is known as a population or the problem. So when I say the problem, it is a what I can say sample. Number two, there should be intervention. Then what are you considering to doing or using? Means what are your interventions or exposure you try to study? Like a COVID also. Comparison. What are the different alternatives are being available? It means that you do some literature review of Japanese countries, Asian countries, some reviews of the European countries, American countries, North American countries, and then you compare it. And then you measure your outcome. That is what test is used, what is the level of significance, and what is the particular researcher have come to the conclusion, and study that, what you have used. This is known as a PICOS system. Alternative to the PICOS is a spider. The spider is basically says that you look towards the sample, phenomena, means a situation, then interest you have. I am a commerce person, finance and account side, but since last 7 to 8 years, when I studied more and more, my mind moved towards the socio-economic parameters. So my interests have been changed. And that's possible for the researcher and the teacher to do it. This can be happen when you study more and more research journey. I'm not saying to study the film affair also. Subject-related structures, like we are covered under the management. So we can read the Vikant of the IIM Ahmedabad. We can study the decision of the IIM Kolkata. We can study the other research journals or the journals of the proper level. Sometimes we are studying the project report given to the students and the project report submitted by them. So your interest is created. You design the system that how the literature review to be done. Then you make the evaluation of your research study and you decide the research study. Whenever you do the literature review by the system, you have to use the N. N means search for an article containing both keywords. Like we can say on the system, vision and perception. So system will indicate the both information, or we can use the or. Then either of the words is there, system will pick up the document. Both may not be required, okay? Third, we can go to the mnemonics, where the pattern of natures, idea, association is to be done. Never, and you can use the word not, like inpatient, not outpatient. Like if I'm doing some study of the medical science or the nursing research, then I say that the study should be based on the inpatient, not on the outpatient. Madam, I understand that the things have been disturbed because of some participants were 10 to 15 minutes have been wasted. Now, 10 to 15 minutes we are wasted because of that.
No,
Okay.
sir, you can proceed, sir. You can
Huh.
proceed.
The temptation, because I was supposed to be complete this by 11:35. So I'm being running late by 5
No,
minutes.
no, sir. You can proceed, sir.
The temptation is the one of the parameters where in the today's system, you can say the BEHAV style, then the system will pick up the own words like a behavior, behaviors, behaving, behave. Then system may pick up also the American words which are started BEHF. Also useful for authorship. So truncation is always being useful whenever you are not recalling author name or somewhere you are being confused, you can use it. So phase and agency searching is very important in literature. Quote marks turn the word you are searching into phase. Like if I say the journey prescribing, then the system will find out the icon which is covering both words in the same sequence. Okay. So if something is given in the title, something is given in the abstract or text, they will not take it. So we have to be very careful and don't use the quote normally in the internet searching. Sometimes that is not what you want. So agency searching find the word near the each other. You specify how far apart. Like here it is said that Janik style ADJ4 adjective 4 finds on icon with Janik within 4 words of prescription. So it will be finding out prescribing Janiks, prescribed by Janik, prescriptions for lower cost Janiks, Janik version of commonly prescribed drugs. So it can go on making the longer parameters and give you the better searching of data by the literature. Then bibliography and citation, you have to do it. I say, till today, as I am a one-time person, I am carrying with me small notebook, and from my library, I write the book number and so. But today's students, your young population like you, go along with the laptop and they put it into EndNote. EndNote is basically good system available if your university allow. Otherwise, MS Word also, we can go to the references and then we can create our bibliography. The very important or the best bibliographic software available and which I use is the Mandarin. The reason is that the many have the 100 and types of the citation systems are being available. So you are aware that the citation is being given within the text when the bibliography or references are being given at the end of the paper. This is a very important. And number of times it happens that you prepare the research paper for journal X and your research paper get rejected by X. You give it to Y journal, they get rejected. Don't get disturbed by it. Reason is that there is a limitations of the reviewer available with a particular journal. Is the reason number one. Reason number two, that your research paper may not be covered under their parameters 100% in a coming period. So they reject. But you know, every research journal, they are saying how the bibliography and references are to be quoted. There are the different styles are there. APA, MNA, everything. APA being used for commerce, so there is no problem. Commerce and But in commerce, but say in commerce journal also, the same problem is happening. That every journal have the different parameters. So you can't go on making the change in the citation and the bibliography continuously. So you use the Mandarin. Is one of the best citation manager I found. So friends, any question? So you need your brain to be used much strongly for the literature use. So if you are feeling that I am being sitting idle like a school teacher and don't do anything, then it won't be workable. The slide is also being giving my own supporting tools and everything. Any question, madam, or I can start with plagiarism?
Excuse me, sir. Only one question, sir.
Yes,
From
please.
my
Yes, please.
Yes,
sir. We have discussed about sensitivity and precision. No, so
okay.
How can we ensure to strike the right balance between sensitivity and precision? Some depth answer you can give, please.
Okay. I will just tell you. Hence, it can be possible only when you have studied more and more. This is a very important thing you have to understand. And that's why I say that you should have to make sure that you study more and more research papers. Like as an academician, I used to say after experience of more than 28 years of this, 5 years of my PhD, 33 years in the research area, because when I was doing my doctorate, 5 years are important for 3 years were there, and then another 2 years for any year to decide whether to do the PhD from which university, which institute. So, preparing the research proposal, then not getting the, at that time there was the problem of the guide in university, and so many problems were there. So during those particular period of nearly 30 to 32 years, I found that if I do not study today also more than 30 hours in a week, I should read research paper and new books. Then only you can decide sensitivity and precision. It is subjective. It is subjective matter, but we have no alternative.
So
Now,
one more question.
Yes, please.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, how nowadays academic writing has been constantly spoken about when we write the thesis and all. How do you think that this academic writing is can be implemented in review of literature, sir? How
Yes.
it has to be handled so that there are no paper rejections in the journal in which we publish?
Yes, madam. The point is that whenever we say academical writing, it basically includes number one, book review, number two, the literature study of a specific parameters. Like when I am being involved with the MHFOW, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, sometime before 5 years ago, for 4 years, where what we used to do it, we used to do the literature review of a specific disease, like a cornea or something, okay? And then all literature review have been prescribed in a demographical level. And then we say that from these parameters, from these parameters, we can conclude something. Then it is part of academic writing. But in the academic writing, you have to make sure that the plagiarism should not be more than 10%. Any academic writing, plagiarism more than 10% is not being advised. So there is if you read more and more, the benefit is coming to the neighbor. Understand one point. That's what I said. I normally need nowadays minimum 38 to 40 hours a week. Resulted into what happened? My English towards a particular topic have been improved upon. Number one. Number two, I understand the synonymous word coming to that, because our generation academicians have done a study, school study in a vernacular language, not in English medium. Be prepared for that. If I say that I studied in English medium, then everyone will laugh on me. Because everyone understands that at our age, there were few English medium schools across India. So there is a study have been done under the vernacular language, and then higher study we did it for this. And that is why there is a literature review and understanding the other work, other parameters are quite important. So now I am coming down to the plagiarism and its removal. Okay. And the plagiarism, I have shown the magnifying glass, which indicates that we as an academician, we as an reviewer or editor, what we do, because you can become editor and reviewer accepted level if your study in your subject is more. Then if the Ulkund or any program giving the plagiarism, which is being given based on the digital documents available. Now you understand my thing. I have submitted my PhD thesis in the year 1993, which was in the physical form. Today it is not available any place in the digi format. Right. Now if someone have taken it, something from my previous or last century research paper, my thesis, no plagiarism report is going to be specified, but the reviewer of the journal is going to be say that there is a plagiarism there. And in that case, there is a dispute is being started with the young generation academician and the senior academician. And that may be the one of the cause of the rejection of your paper. So writing in your own words is quite important. So plagiarism is basically giving the credit where credit is due. Wherever the credit is due, you should give the credit for the same. So is it plagiarism? We have to come to the point. You are using your own words? Yes. Using your own ideas? Yes. Then it is good document. You are using your own words? No. Then what you can do? You can use the quote. Use the quotation mark and something. And end of block quotes. Then it is plagiarism. Because whenever there is a quoting have been done, quote done means within the quote, we put the words, there cannot be more than 20 words copied by you. You know, some of the research scholars or the academicians are submitting the paper for the research journal publications. The quotation itself is of 5 lines. Then it is covered under plagiarism. The reason is that out of your 2,500 words, nearly 300 words you are giving by the way of quotations. So maybe by percentage where you are accepted. I'm not coming to that. But when you say the quantity of the paper, then the contribution of the researcher is not same. So we reject the paper. So it is plagiarism. If you are using full citation? Yes, then it is very good. If you are not using the full citation, then it is no. Here you know that what I say, modified from source at this. So I'm saying that from this source I have taken and modified by me. So plagiarism comes from the Latin word plagiarius, means kidnapper. You are kidnapping someone's thought and idea, which is basically the one of the negative fundamentals for the management at large or for the academician at large. It is considered as a barrier. Why plagiarism is important? So we have to stop the plagiarism. Plagiarism is a theft of intellectual property, like a musician, poets, academic author, non-fiction author. It is there, or fiction author. It is the intellectual property. It is a one type of the cheating. It may result into receiving the falling grade for student and the degradation for teacher and researcher. You know, some academics come across to me that in commerce side, I'm getting some papers for review. And immediately I found that he's the same paper I have received it in another journal where I have rejected. And then he tried to find that it's the same paper I put it here and I can get it approved. But I am going to have the soft copy available by which I have made a study. So I compiled. And if I found that there is no changes are done or nothing have been done specifically, then also there it is going to be reset. So if the papers are coming so many times, then the chief editor of the journal knows that particular, because whenever paper are coming for review to us or review to the sub-editors, it is coming for the blank review. So we are not knowing the name of the author or anything, okay? But the chief editor of the journal is knowing. So he has in the mind that a particular researcher or the teacher papers are normally being rejected by the reviewer. So to safeguard their cost in donor, they will directly reject the paper from there. Because if the paper is sent to the senior reviewer and so, they have to pay the money. So they are looking towards. So that is the point we have to note. So nowadays the chances of plagiarism have been improved in case technology have made the possibility of information available easily in digital text, audio, video, media content. Number of time I found that whenever there is a research papers have been coming, then particular university, like we can say the NPU, normally professional university, or some university from the Pondicherry, they have made their study material, full subject study material of 300 to 400 pages, freely downloadable by everyone or by the student. Now from the students, some academicians get it and they use the same for their research paper. So the availability of the online content in the form of the e-resources, e-journal, e-book, e-thesis, e-dissertation is happening. Social networking is also being making the chances of plagiarism. Like we know that in the Facebook and some social site, people are used to be write certain blog for the social network. And that's also giving the rise of the plagiarism. So, where possible for us to find out the plagiarism, what I say, before up to end of 20th century, digital documentation is not available. Researchers are using the available online content easily for the research paper without giving the proper credit to the creator or the generator of the original content. If the researcher or author is not giving proper citation or credit, then it needs to the plagiarism. So academic honesty is being required. So plagiarism is a research misconduct, copying as it is the content from other source and using the original idea of others without credit. So according to the Merriam-Webster online dictionary, it was said plagiarism is of 4 types. Very nicely they have mentioned it. 4 types: steal or pass off the ideas of one another as one's own. You are using the same words. Like a digicurrency. Some words are being come out over the period of time by one particular person. Then you have to give the credit for that. To use another production without crediting the source. To commit literary theft, what I mentioned it, that nowadays the literary theft have been increased. To present as new or original an idea or product derived from an existing source. It means that there is some existing idea is there, and on that existing idea, I am trying to develop the new idea. Then in my research paper or dissertations or thesis, I am supposed to say, and that is why we do the literature review. And that is why in the good research thesis, at the end of the thesis, it was said areas for further research. So there you can say that a particular dissertation or article have motivated me to do the new study on this. Some of the things that you know about plagiarism may be wrong. It does not matter if the person whose work you have cited is NI or dead. You know, some people are saying that person is expert. I know the author is expert, so I'm not giving the credit for the same. Then it is wrong. Because for the academic copyright, after the death of the individual author, copyright law is applicable for next 50 years. And that is why nowadays, in the 21st century, we have the Gandhiji's work is freely available to publish. If you translate or paraphrase something, you must then give a citation. Number of times the person is being putting a paper in the English and he is trying to be say that Bengali author have said something. They convert the Bengali into the English and they may not cite it, then it is wrong. They are supposed to cite it. If you see a picture from the internet, you must cite the source. Like I have shown the site. Like if from where I have taken the picture. So there are the 2 types of plagiarism is being happened. Intentional and unintentional. Both are bad for the academician. Copying a friend's work is an intention. Buying or borrowing a paper. Cutting and pasting block of text from electronic source without documentation. Media borrowing without documentation. Media borrowing, that's what I say, that some of the commercial blog or some of the individual blog, you may be using it. Web publishing without permission of the creator. Unintentional. Someone is seen speaking. Mitten have to unmute. Ken is paraphrasing. You are doing it. Paraphrasing means you are changing the words and so, but it is Ken's. I will give you the example speedily. It's a very good example, but we may not have the time. Poor documentations. Quoting excessively. I say that you quote so much. Then it's made. Failure to use your own voice is very important. Like you should know that whether I am writing the paper in the active voice or the passive voice, and the same methodology and technique I have to use it. So, some excuses are given by the student that, sir, this assignment was boring, or teacher says that, sir, I don't have the time from my teaching module, so I didn't did the proper, I did a proper literature review, but I didn't cite it. That type of excuses cannot be worked properly. Is it okay if I don't caught? Oh, if you are not getting caught, then it's okay in the beginning. But later on, down the line, 20, 30 years on so, your degradation can be happen and someone bring it to the notice that this work is done by someone else. I was too busy to write that paper, so I didn't learn proper work. Or my parents are expecting some better grades, my teacher expects so much. No. In academy, that is not. See, one thing is that 9 to 5 job is available in industry, but 24 hours job is of the teacher. A teacher is a person who is in sleep also, deemed that in the classroom, how I am going to be shown the yesterday's problem or question raised by one of my students. So, you know, in the sleep on so number of time we are coming to the point where we come across that something is wrong happened to us. So it's a 24 hours. You may have been told that if you put something into your own word, you need not to cite. This is in fact the material is someone item. So as far as possible, you cite it, but too much citation is also not good. Whenever there is a, you know, some of the research paper is coming of the 3,000 words, and the citations, I say nearly 60. Then we may not like it. Do I have to cite everything? No. Because this is very important. Do I have to cite everything? My answer is no. Facts that are widely known or information or judgment considered as a common knowledge. Then whenever the common knowledge we are taking it, we are not supposed to cite it. Like we can say H2O is equal to water. Then no need to cite it, because it's established parameters of the science. Known facts do not have to be documented. So you should try to find out which are the common knowledge you are taking it. Examples of common knowledge. India became independent in 1947. You are not supposed to cite it. Jawaharlal Nehru was first Prime Minister of India. No need to cite. If you see a fact in 3 or more sources, this is the definition of the common knowledge. Means if the same type of information you are finding out from the 3 or more sources, then it is covered in the common knowledge and you are not supposed to cite. But if you are in doubt, you think that this is something very subject oriented or put me into trouble, then you should cite. No need to document when you are discussing your own experience, means you are writing your autobiography. No need to cite anything or because it's your own personal observations, reactions, experience. Combining the result of original research, like you go to the supermall and you have taken a 200 sample survey, you went to another place, like you have made a 650 sample, then there is going to be the outliner is going to be used. I think in the statistical study, you will understand how the outliner being defined. So outliner may be going and your number of sample acceptable for the project, maybe say 550. Then it is your own research. Or as a scientist, science person, I am mixing the certain type of chemical in certain proportion and getting the result come out. Then I am not supposed to cite it. You are using common. If I change few words, does I am okay or right? The professor is saying wrong. Paraphrasing original ideas without documenting your state, your source, is plagiarism. So here what happened? Understand, friends? Understand, my fellow friends, young friends? I normally say young generation is more. That whenever you do the paraphrasing, you know, in thesis or research paper, we have references and the bibliography. References are being shown by way of cite in the text, while the bibliography is a general study of the book, literature, everything is done by us. So, you know, the references may be 25 and bibliography may be 60, then it's acceptable. But then you are not covered under the paraphrase plagiarism. So strategy for the plagiarism, removal of the plagiarism, 3 strategies can be used. Speedily I am taking it: quoting, paraphrasing, and summarizing. Quoting is a quotations are the exact words of an author copied directly from a source. Quotation must be cited. I think I give it. Paper can go with you. You can agree with quotation. You may not agree with quotation. It's okay for us. And you want to know the important research that procedure. Quotations should be used sparingly. They must be exact words to word as they appear in the original document. Quotes require citation in addition to the quote marks. So end of the quotation mark, you should provide the citation. Every quoted word must to be cited. Short phrase or single word must be quoted, and cited is unusual. So single word is not going to be quoted. Paraphrasing means paraphrasing the words of an author, putting his or her own thought in your own words. When you paraphrase, you rework the source idea, word, phrases, and sentence structure. Like quotation, paraphrase material should follow with in-text documentation and cited in your works cited page. I'm also going to show how to make a works cited page. Then the paraphrase is going to be quite important for you. You have to make sure that you do the paraphrase in the proper way. You plan to use the information on your notecast and wish to avoid plagiarism. You want to overusing the quotations. You want to use your own words for own information. This example I have given, the source information, inadequate paraphrase, number of lines are more, words are more, but it is inadequate. The inadequate paraphrase is guilty of plagiarism, even though the material is cited correctly. Inadequate means you are eating something of the person, then it's a, and you show the site, but then it's a guilty of plagiarism because you are trying to make sure that the person may read your paper and may not go to the original document, then he get the wrong or half information. The writer has used too many word for word phrases from the source. Also, the order of the idea is unchanged from the source. Now, correct phases have been done here also. Third parameters are being available for the plagiarism. Remove one is a summarizing. Putting the main idea of main or several writers into your own words, including only the main points. So, of so many researchers, you are creating the main ideas and you are writing it. You know, so here it is not coming in an in-text site. It's not coming in the references, but those sources are going to be part of the bibliography. So bibliography is a journal reading done by you for a particular applicable study. Like some study you do, you read so many things, so many research books, and then you summarize. So summaries are shorter than the original and take a broad overview of the source material. Again, it is necessary to attribute specific summarized idea to original source. To attribute to the summarized idea that I'm doing by bibliography. So, you know, somewhere I say that, okay, I have tried to be make it summarizing, I have tried to be study it and bring to the some concluding parameters based on the material references or the detail given in the bibliography. So summarize when you want to establish background or offer an overview of topic. You want to describe the knowledge about a topic and you want to determine the main ideas of a single. So as you take notes, include any direct quotes or unique phrases in quotation marks. And marks may be begin with Q in your notes. Okay. And the speaker name is identified. You know, so what happened like when you write in your paper note, like I just said that when we used to be do it, we used to be do it in a small card. So we write a Q. That this quotation sample. When I am reading from the book and writing in my notebook only in a paraphrasing manner, then I make a big piece. So my mind is clear that when I am finalizing, I can further paraphrase. Include page number and source reference so you can go back and check for accuracy as you write. Work cited, I say that you have to cite the work. For this PowerPoint presentation, I have taken the following study. You know, so this I am making my work site.
Sir, we have some few questions in the chat box.
Okay.
So here Tonoya Mukhopadhyay has asked a question that can you please highlight the difference between plagiarism and copyright?
Yes. The copyright is covered under the higher level. Like say for example, when my financial accounting for management, modern approach of accounting is being coming, which is under the copyright with me. Okay. And the work have been with published by the Oxford University Press. So that is my copyright here. Now from my that particular book, if some of the particular paragraph being copied as it is, or my ideas, my designs are being copied as it is covered under the plagiarism. So plagiarism is a theft of idea and intellectual property. Now, idea and intellectual property may be in the form of academic or musical rights. This belongs to someone. So to protect the right of the creator, copyright law is created. And that is why every international level book, there is a copyright specifically written. So this is one of the main difference. So as an academician, we have to be very careful. You people are lucky enough that you are not going to the library much. But when we used to go to the library, it was a very important thing. Because when I did my doctorate from Ahmedabad, I know that my teachers and everyone were far intelligent, good reader. So they say that this is published in the book of the 1850. What can you do? You know, so this is the, and that is why I say that you should, as a teacher, devote minimum 30 to 40 hours. Or if you are young and something more teaching note, then minimum 20 hours. You hit the journey. Make your annual budget of subscription. Don't depend on your college or institutions. Maybe your own 5 to 10,000 per annum good 2-3 journals should come by you, by your colleague, and then exchange it and hit. Then your mind will be no much. Yes, please. Anyone have question? Second question, madam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think Tonoya Mukhopadhyay has got the answer, and she is also thanking you, sir. After that, one more question is there that is from Sneha Bhattacharjee, and she has asked that what are the challenges faced while writing a literature review and how to overcome the challenges?
See, I repeat the point. The challenging of the literature review, number one, you decide. See, your generation has the two specific problems. That way I should say very clearly. Two specific problems. Problem number one, UGC guideline says certain number of paper to publish every. Number two, professionally, to become the good academician, you require the good research paper to publish or good literature review to publish. So I am taking the UGC requirement aside, where you can go to the cut, copy command. I cannot say openly, but this can be used. Okay, some extent. Because they are only looking towards the digitized way, the plagiarism. Now, when you have to come out, and that's why I say that you choose today, what is your interest for next 2 years? Like today, you are trying to say that your interest is coming that impact of COVID-19 on the human knife in the Asian continent. Say, for example, this is your view that you want to do the literature review. So from today, so you find out the keywords. What are going to be the keywords? COVID-19, impact, human knife, Asian countries. So on countries name, you can put it on the net. I have already explained when you can use N or thank you nations, and you get so many literature reviews coming to you. Then from each literature review, you read the abstract and conclusion, and if you find it is interested, you copy it separately. Take print out, normally, work out something, write something there. And then end of the 1 year, you may be coming with such a nice literature review available with you. Then I mentioned that you make a specific pattern of presentation of the literature review. And based on that, you may draw 2-3 concept map. Like human knife. So I can say feminine knife. Number 2, earning knife. It means that how I am earning. Number 3, societal effect. Number 4, relationship with general community. Number 5, relationship with someone. I can draw the concept. So under the literature review, I think majority of you are MBA and PhDs and everything. So you know that there's a T diagram we are used to be drawing it, okay? T diagram. The same type of the diagram you draw, and the concept map can be made. After the concept map is made, you study it properly and result into mind mapping. So you get an idea that in this literature review, this concept and this mind mapping I am taking. In this second literature review, I am taking this. But you know, when you draw the concept given, mind mapping is done. The intellectual property right of yours is created. That is very important. Yes, anyone have?
Sir, good
Yes,
morning,
sir.
sir.
Good morning.
Ma'am, can I proceed?
Yes, ma'am, you can. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Sir, one doubt is that I have sent one of my recent article to a management journal, and they say
Okay.
that your article did not pass the plagiarism test of 10%. But in my university, we have Turnitin software which shows that my article had a plagiarism of below 10%. That's why I had sent it. Now, why such kind of, how is that? They say that along with the plagiarism report, I had uploaded my article. So in such a case, they give these kinds of statements. Now, how to say handle such things? Because we have looked into the plagiarism and then only we are sending it.
Okay, Sudha madam. Your point is very correct. And if you recall, I have already mentioned in the beginning that your reviewer and editors are normally of above 45 or 50 years of age. Okay. Second thing, that whatever plagiarism report you have generated, that have only verified the document which is being available in the digitization way on the internet and the open sources. Number 3, whatever the software you have may not have the access to the sum of the journal. Like those journals have the data is not openly available. Like when we say the journal paper published by the Viney, not accessible on the net without paying any fee, then in such case, your university also may not have paid for easy chair also. Isn't it into it is not passed through the plagiarism. It had not verified the plagiarism. These are the, I'm saying, net-related issue. But as I mentioned, they are going to be the person of certain age. Like if your research paper is coming to me and with a 6% plagiarism level, but I maybe say to my editor that as I know this is already published in the Prestige Institute of Management Journal in the year 2004, because the subject expert study the more and more journal. So, madam, one thing always find out, be always recall that whenever your program is saying less than 10% also, you try to see that how many words are there, how many quotations done. I say that 3,000 words article, not more than 6 quotations. No quotation should be more than 15 to 20 words. 3,000 words article cannot have the more than in-text citation 10. Number 4, number of references is equal to number of citations. See, these are the parameters we see. I'm saying as a reviewer, okay? Number 6, the topic. If the topic is 3 years old topic, and so many research papers are published, then I say a number of books are being available on the subject. Then I may prefer the number of bibliography may not be less than 3 times of the references. Understand very point clearly. Number of citations is equal to number of references. Number of bibliography should be more than multiplied by 3 of the references. It means if I'm making 7 citations, 7 references, 21 bibliography, then there is a chances that majority is done by me. If your paper is coming with a lesser citation in your university program or something, I suggest you should not send any paper for the journal publication if it is more than 2%. I think you got the point, because good research journal publishers have the own information is available, have the own type of the program access is being available, because they are paying yearly not less than 50 to 60 lakhs rupees to maintain the quality name of the journal. Their editor, sub-editor, reviewer, everyone is academically more in, okay? So you should limit yourself to 2%. So you go on paraphrasing it properly and make sure that it is less than 2%. Then you send it. Then the rejection chances are very low. Writing in the own word by using the active and passive voice, whatever the voice you like to do it, in the third person situation is quite important. Second, never use in your paper the word I. You know, some researchers use the words I went to this and I did this. No, you have to say the researcher or the paper writer That type of the words you have to use. Okay. Yes, friends.
Yes, sir. One more question. And that is it a possibility of a change in plagiarism percentage of thesis or research paper wherever we use the same software like Urkund or Turnitin
Okay.
in
Yes.
different organization like in university and people who run journal publication?
No, the very important logic is that important thing is that once the paper you give it to the Urkund, the paper is stored in the Urkund cloud computing or something. The administrator of your university who is maintaining the, say for example, Urkund software, have to use his administrative command and remove the paper from that. Then only you can do it. Now, what Sudha madam has said, she got a paper. Now, if she learn today the paper in the same program of the university, she will get it 100% plagiarism. If she go to another university and learn it into Urkund, she get 100% plagiarism. But the moment she is removing the paper from her university authorized administrator, there is a certain units and regulation of the university. I'm not coming into that. And if that paper is being removed from the database of the Urkund, then only she can run at other place and the new percentage maker. But as I know, some of the software companies are saying that it cannot be removed immediately. It can be removed only after the phase of certain days or weeks. Then you have to follow that procedure. I think this is sufficient to understand that what you have to do it.
Yes, sir. And sir, one another question that is actually the first question asked by Kalyan Chaudhuri, and his question is, can I cite the methodology of any literature with different variable compared to my study?
Do the meta-analysis, he can do it. What he can do the each and every variable. And variable wise, whatever meta-analysis is being done, whatever the conclusions are being drawn, he can compare it, and somewhere he can find out from his concept map. That is very important. That out of this concept, I think this concept is not being taken care by the earlier researcher. So based on that concept, he should develop the content and the variable involved in it. But whenever he decides the variable involved in it, he should say whether it is dependent variable, independent variable, and then if possible, he can do the factor analysis. Nowadays, the SPSS is also giving the support for the factor analysis, and through the factor analysis, there is a cross coordination have been worked out, and he can create the new variable structure. And that's why I say that the moment he do the more and more study of such keywords based research papers, he will get the better idea for that. So it can be done, there is no problem.
Okay,
For your information, you can convert the previous researchers dependent variable as an independent variable or the control variable. So there is no problem. So you can change the type of the variable so under the study.
Okay, I think Kalyan Chaudhary has got his answer. And
Okay.
sir, and another request from one of the participant, that is Dr. P.K. Singh. He
Dr.
said,
P.K.
yes, he said that please kindly provide slides or material on email if possible.
What I will do, madam, I will just send you the both slide to your
Okay.
WhatsApp, and then you can do it on it. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Sure.
And now,
I think voice is closed.
oh yes, sir. And in the chat box, we can see that many of the participants said thank you to you, and they
Thank
said
you very
that
much.
very informative session this is, and because as a researcher, and this is very helpful to us to know this literature review and plagiarism about.
Yes, definitely. At my age, I'm interested that the young generation should know. Okay.
Yes,
What
sir.
is-
Very
What is
informative.
what is the difference between the physical AI and digital AI? Okay. Thank you very much for providing me the opportunities to the organizers, Adamas University, and Council for Teacher Education, Dr. Sanjoy, and everyone to provide me the opportunity to talk about a very important thing of the literature review and plagiarism removal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much to one of you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir. And I want to call Mr. Rajat Shubro Haldar, my co-moderator, and he will give the vote of thanks. Sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone, to the one and all present here. It is such an honor for me to get the opportunity to thank you all dignitaries. On behalf of the School of Education, Adamas University, I, Rajat Subra Haldar, visiting faculty, School of Education, Adamas University, extend a warm welcome to the people in this session. I would like to express my gratitude to eminent resource person of this session, Professor Dr. Paresh Shah, Professor and Principal, Rai School of Management Studies, Rai University, for his presence and contribution and insightful lecture to make this webinar a great success. I extend my gratitude to our, thank you so much, sir. I extend my gratitude to our Honorable Madam, Dr. Sayali Mukherjee, School of Education, Adamas University, for arranging a much needed international faculty development program. A special thanks to Dr. Pratika Vishwas, Professor and HOD, School of Education, Adamas University, and Dr. Pragya Mohanty ma'am, who are the joint organizing secretary of this faculty development program. I must thank the organizing team to make this webinar successful. Last but not least, the participants. I would like to thank all the participants for their active participation. Thank you everyone once again for making it a great success. I would also like to mention that tomorrow's session will start from 11 a.m. and the resource person of tomorrow's session is Dr. Satyendra Gupta, Professor and Dean, School of Education, Galgo TS University, Greater Noida, and Chairperson CTEF Delhi NCR. And this topic is sampling techniques. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Madam, one point is that, do you have the
Yes, sir.
streaming is done for the YouTube or the Facebook?
Yes, we have the Facebook link, so
you can forward it to.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Sure.
I can forward.
Sure. Madam. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you all
Thank you very much.
participants.
Thank you.
Thank you
Very
so much. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Today's
much.
session is closed.
much. So I'm leaving it. Thank you very much.